Hello, my name is Bo and I am a yoga teacher.
My name is Tracy and I'm a social worker.
I'm so thankful to have you here today. This is wonderful. So today we're going to be talking to you about focus. We're going to start with a little breathing exercise, and I think this is a fun one. It's called hissing breath, but it could also be called snake breath. Hissing breath is a great breathing exercise for practicing focus because you will concentrate on following your exhale for as long as you feel able. Hissing breath also helps relieve tension, any tightness in your body. Hissing breath is simple. It's exactly what it sounds like. You take a breath through your nose and you let it out through your mouth, making a hissing sound like a snake. Make your exhale as long as possible, focusing on making a sound until your breath ends. When you finish one hissing breath, breathe in through your nose and take another hissing breath out. We'll take 5 hissing breaths together. If your hissing breaths are a little shorter or a little longer than others, that's fine. Okay, ready? You can sit up nice and tall. And inhaling through your nose as long as you like. Exhale. And inhaling. 3 more. Two. Last hissing breath. Now let's talk a little bit about focus. Focus is where you direct your attention. Focus means concentrating on one thing only, or doing only one thing at a time. Now, focus can be a challenge, especially when life offers you so many distractions. A lot happens during school. Maybe you participate in several after-school activities. There could be more than one electronic device like phones and tablets and TVs around you, and that can make it hard to focus on just one. Learning to take time to pay attention to only one thing can help you focus. So, what happens when you're not focused? Maybe when there are too many things going on around you, too many things at the same time? How do you feel when you have to quickly change your focus from one thing to another? Maybe you're late for school and you need to rush, or get ready for one lesson and then another one begins before you finish the first. Maybe you notice it takes longer to complete a job when you're trying to do more than one thing at a time. Or maybe you have to redo something because you weren't focused the first time. How do you feel when you're not focused? It can be really difficult to remember things, or you forget to do things when you're not focused. Take time to be in the moment, to be present. That is to be focused. To tap the pause button on your life. It's better to do one thing really well than to do many things less well than they should be. Yoga for Balance can help you to focus and direct your attention on one thing only. To learn to focus, take deep breaths, move slowly, engage your core muscles. When you're balancing, it can help you to find a stable place to set your eyes. Look at something that is not moving. So now that we've had a little talk about focus, let's put it into practice with some yoga poses. We're going to start with a warm-up. This is a yoga pose pattern We have a couple of poses we're going to repeat in the same sequence. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's go. Rise up to standing. And you can see we're both on yoga mats, but you can stand anywhere you like. Making sure you have enough space to at least be able to spread out your arms. We're going to start in mountain pose. So bringing your feet parallel about the width of your hips. Draw your arms down by your sides. Reach your fingers toward the floor. Mountain is about focus, standing strong and tall in your body, and this still as a mountain. Next, we come into salute pose. Follow an inhale. Reach your arms high above your head. You can look up. Let your gaze follow if you like. That's a focus too, taking your eyes to your hands, but you can also stay looking forward. Now step out with one foot, doesn't matter which foot, and draw your arms to a T. This is star pose. Now we're going to bend your knees to come into frog. Draw your hands together, follow an exhale. Softly lower your tailbone toward the ground. And then standing back up into salute, you'll step your legs together. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky, and lower your hands down to mountain. And that's our yoga pose pattern. And we're gonna do this 3 times more. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Inhale, lift. This is salute. Open up into star, moving either foot, reaching wide. Coming into frog, draw your hands together. Exhale as you bend your knees, reach your tailbone down. Coming back to salute, inhale and step your feet together. Maybe look up towards your hands. Lower your arms to your sides for mountain. And twice again, inhaling, salute. Inhale, open up into star, reaching wide. Frog pose, drawing your hands together, bend your knees. Lifting up into salute, stepping your feet together as you raise your arms, and exhale to mountain. And once again, inhale, lift, open up to star, reaching long, hands to your heart, exhale to frog. Focus on rising into salute, stepping your feet together as you raise your arms, and lower them down to mountain. That was awesome. Okay, now we're going to move through some yoga poses. This time, every time we return to mountain pose, we're going to take a hissing breath on your exhale. So starting in mountain, inhale and hiss it away. Coming into star pose, move either foot you like. Stretch your arms long. 5 pointed star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. Now, coming back to mountain, you have an option here. You could step your feet or you could hop them together. Ready? Return to mountain. Hissing breath. This hissing breath is to allow you to concentrate, to come back to focus. Now step out your right foot to star. We're going to take sliding star. Turning your toes a little away from your body. Reach your right arm away until you can lift your left foot. Balancing. It really helps if you choose somewhere to set your gaze that isn't moving. Now stars twinkle, stars wiggle. That's perfect. Then when you're ready, stepping back to star, returning to mountain, step it or hop it, big hissing breath. Inhale, return to star. Step it out, sliding star. Onto your left foot this time. Reach your left arm away so your right foot can lift. And stars twinkle. Stars shoot sometimes. Wiggles are good. Find somewhere to set your eyes somewhere that's not moving, that helps you hold steady for one breath more. And gently set it back down into star pose. Return to mountain, hissing breath. Coming back to stillness. And again, stepping out into star. Taking triangle to each side. Your focus here is feeling your core muscles that hold you upright. Beginning with your right side, reach your right arm away from you, away, away. Let it pull you over into triangle pose so you can plant your hand to your leg and reach your opposite arm high. Now take a moment here. Set your gaze somewhere. Maybe you reach a little lower. Now it's time to rise. Stretch your left arm high back to start. Taking triangle to the other side. So reach your left arm away and away and away. Let it pull you sideways until you can plant your hand to your leg. Lift your other arm high. Now, you could choose a different focus. If you've been looking forward, maybe focus on your lifted hand and notice how that changes how your muscles move. Focus on staying upright. If you've chosen to look at your hand, that changes your balance. Focus one breath more. And if you've lifted your gaze to the sky, turn it sideways again. Lift your body back to star pose. And return to mountain. Step it or hop it. Hissing breath. You might notice hissing breath helps you relieve the tension from things like trying to balance in sliding star or leaning and holding that pose in triangle. Now we're going to take a couple of real balance poses. We're going to start with tree. So for tree, you're going to pour your weight into your right foot. Your left foot is going to, so your right foot is now your tree trunk. Your left foot is going to make your lowest branch. Turn those toes away from your body. Lift up on the toes and draw your heel toward your leg. Now your hands, they can come to your hips. You could grow tall branches. You can reach them long. This is a perfect tree just as it is. But if you'd like to grow your lowest branch a little bit, you could. You could maybe lift your foot and plant it maybe on your ankle or your calf. This is something you could try, but this tree planted in the ground is perfect. Take another breath, setting your gaze somewhere that helps you stay focused. Taking long, slow breaths. This is about focus too. Anytime you'd like to take a hissing breath, feel free. And then follow and exhale. Release your lowest branch. Maybe bend your legs or give them a little shake. And we'll move to tree on the other side. Planting your tree trunk. Press your left foot into the ground. Turn your right toes away and lift your heel, drawing your heel to the inside of your other leg. Now, you can stay just here. This is a perfect tree. If you'd like your tree to grow a little bit, maybe you lift upper branches, or maybe you lift your lowest branch and place the sole of your foot somewhere on the inside of your other leg. Yes, Tracy's taking a hissing breath to help keep her focused. And when you're ready, when you feel complete, lower both feet down and maybe shake it out a little bit. Now we're going to take another balance pose. This is called eagle. Now eagle uses both arms and legs, so it requires a little more focus to stay upright because you're not just using your lower body, you're using your upper body too. So pouring your weight to your left foot this time. Eagle starts by crossing your right leg over your left and coming to your toes. drawing your legs toward each other, squeezing to help you stay strong. Now there are a couple of options with your arms. Reaching them along to the side in a T. You could cross your right arm on the bottom and your left arm on the top, and maybe give yourself a shoulder hug. Now, if you'd like to something a little more enthusiastic with your arms just as they are, you can lift them so the backs of your palms touch each other. Now, if you're familiar with yoga, if you tried this pose before, you might choose to lift your foot from the ground. Maybe that's an option. Focus and breathe. And you're going to release your eagle on your next inhale. Let it fly away. And we're going to take that pose to the other side. So pouring your weight to your right foot, cross your left leg over, and reach your arms long into a T. And this time your left arm goes to the bottom and your right arm to the top. And a shoulder hug is a beautiful place to stay. Squeezing your legs together, squeezing your arms together. Find a place to set your gaze. And maybe if you'd like to fly your eagle a little higher, you could lift your foot off the floor, maybe. Maybe your eagle caught a snake for lunch. And when you feel ready, follow your next inhale to release. And we have one more balancing pose before we come down to the ground. This one is called Warrior 3, and we haven't done this in class yet. Now, there are a couple of options for Warrior 3. You could use a wall, you could use the back of a chair for support, or again, if you'd like to see how this goes without support, try it standing just on the ground. So you're going to start by pouring your weight to your right foot. You're going to move your left leg first. Step your left leg behind you, come onto your toes. Make a big T with your arms, these are airplane arms. Take a nice bend in your front leg, and when you feel ready, start to reach your upper body forward and maybe lift your back leg. You could lift it a little, you can set it back down. If you have support, maybe holding onto a chair or a wall, you could stay upright longer. Or maybe you want to set your gaze somewhere on the floor, something that's not moving, and take one big hissing breath. And then set both feet to the ground. Shake out your arms. And we're going to balance to the other side. So choose support or try it unsupported. Both are great ways to go. Pouring your weight to your left foot. Step your right foot behind you. Make a big T with your arms for an airplane arm. Softly bend or generously bend your front leg. It's your leg. Bend it as much as you like. And when you feel ready, reach your upper body forward and take your Warrior 3. Big hissing breath. And then step both feet back together and give everything a little shake. That was awesome. I'm going to take one more mountain pose and a hissing breath before we come down to the ground. And when you're ready, make your way down to table pose. Coming down to the ground any way you like. Spreading your fingers wide with your wrist, elbow, and shoulder stacked. Your knees underneath your hips. We're going to take a few cows and cats to release any tension you might have from those balance poses. On an inhale, let your back arch and your belly sink to the earth. Follow an exhale to curl your tailbone down to the ground. Round your spine like a big rainbow. Inhale, coming back to cow pose, arching your back. Exhale again, maybe even a hissing breath to come into cat. Inhaling, arching your back. One more cow. Exhaling into cat. Then coming back to table and walking your knees towards your hands so you can cross your ankles and sit back. We're going to come into boat pose. Boat's another one where focus is a really great idea because it's a balance pose, seated. So, planting your feet to the floor, you have a couple of options. You can reach your hands behind you and you can have your fingers turned towards your feet, to the sides, or even away. Just place your hands anywhere that feels good. Now, lift your chest on an inhale. Keep a nice straight spine. Let's start with some easy options. Maybe lifting one leg. We're doing all right over here. Maybe let's lift both legs. Okay. If this is feeling all right, maybe an option could be to lift an arm. Maybe another arm. Maybe you'll lower your hands and try lifting your arms instead. There are a lot of options here. And if you have your arms lifted, maybe lift a leg and set it down. And another leg and set it down. And maybe just for one long hissing breath, big inhale. Exhale, try lifting both legs. And set it down. Okay, coming into our last pose before restoration. This is butterfly. Drawing the soles of your feet together. If they don't touch, not a problem. They can be as far away as you like. And placing your hands somewhere on your shins, knees, ankles, feet, toes, anywhere, start to fly your wings gently or quickly, whatever feels right to you. And then bring your butterfly wings to stillness and start to walk your hands away from your body, taking a little fold. You can take a big fold if you like. It's your pose. It can be a big fold, it can be a small fold, but just gently letting your body release forward. Maybe let your head be heavy. And follow an inhale, walk your hands back towards your body so you can come up to a seat. And from here, settle into any resting pose you like. You can stay sitting upright. You can come to lying down on your back. Your choice. Focus on what feels nice in your body. Again, you can lie down or sit up. Are you settled in your resting pose? Let's take one more hissing breath together, then we'll come into stillness. Big inhale through your nose and hiss it away through your mouth. Tracy and myself, thank you so very much for practicing yoga for focus with us today.